Good morning. This is Navy Old Salt Gamer. I'm going to go back to doing a voiceover for my video. This is day 1 through day 3 on Vulcan, so let's go ahead and get started. A lot of this early stuff is just battery management and mining. Not the most exciting thing. It does get better in the second half of the video, but now see if you can see some of the mistakes I made. I did make a couple, not costly ones, but ones that make you go crap. Here I'm making some pipes and it's getting dark, so that means I got to get outside. And I'm kind of wasting time here. I wanted four pipes, and now we just put them up there and pop open my emergency block there. Now I'm venting the air out of my pipes because I'm getting too much pressure in those pipes, and that's something I have to deal with later on again. But today is going to be a mining day. I'm just waiting for those to empty, and as soon as the air switches a little bit, kind of symbolizes that it does, so I'm done. Now I'm mainly looking for everything, but towards the end of this, I'm looking for gold because I don't find hardly any, and there seems to be a problem with this particular map. I'm mainly running around hoping to find gold, but once I stumble across other stuff, I just go ahead and mine it. I do need silicone, so I grab some of that. I got to make some plastic sheets and some glass, so excuse the background noise there. Telling me I need to look at my firewall. Well, whatever. This is the second try at this video, by the way, because as I got about halfway through, we had a power outage, and it shut my computer off. I'm like, crap. Doesn't happen here very often. I don't know what happened, but it is kind of warm, so hopefully I make it through it this time. But again, here I am. I'm just getting the ores that I'm finding at this point. I do need a bunch of iron and quite a bit of copper, so oh, there's some gold. This is so frustrating. One gold. So I got 2 out of it, and I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Well, let's move on. Now, in the back of my mind while I'm doing this, I'm thinking, let's not get too far away from the base to where I can't find it, because I don't have any beacon or GPS printed out yet, because I didn't do the electronics printer yet. So I'm kind of worried about getting too far away from the base, and then I stumble across this. I'm like, well, I can't pass this up. I can get a lot of iron here. I'm hoping that I run into gold while I do this, but of course that would be asking too much. And then I say, well, I gotta find some gold. I'm getting later in the day here, and my inventory is getting kind of full. But gotta mine something. Where's the gold? I should have actually picked up a little bit more copper too. I didn't do enough copper. And I'm still looking now. Oh, there we go. Hopefully I get more than 2 out of this one. A couple more than 2. I think I end up with 13. And I don't see any more, but I'll take this iron and stuff, hoping that I run into more gold, and it just doesn't happen. But at this point I'm thinking, well, the day or the night is just about to end, so I'll take what I can find here and maybe go look for some more gold somewhere else.
Power critical.
And I don't think I get any more gold. Update my battery. Sometimes when you're doing these videos and you look back over them, you see out of the corner of the eye that you didn't notice there's some gold, but I didn't see any in this one. And it's getting too late. I got to start doing some smelting before I get started here. Now, battery management is such a huge part of the early Vulcan in the Stationeers Brutal setting. The batteries discharge, I think it's at 1.5 the rate, and they go down like crazy. So here I'm thinking ahead, doing the double work, multitasking. I need frames to expand the outside a little bit. I think I need 5. I think I actually do print 5. I think I stopped there. Yeah, 5. And I need iron walls. And I'm going to need quite a few of those, and I think I run out of iron before I get too far enough. I want iron. I got copper, but I don't have time to smelt it all right now. I need more iron to see I'm out now. And I want to be able to do... I'm trying to stack my frames on my walls. That doesn't work. And I say, oh yeah, okay. And I just want some more iron so I can make some more iron walls. I can do something productive while I'm smelting. Come on. Now, if I turn around, notice I got my base open. Here's mistake number 1. I don't know if anybody noticed it. I got my base open. Look at the next time I look where I vent my waste tank. I forgot to put right there. See, it's wide open. All the pipes are being exposed to the heat. There's nothing in the oxygen pipes yet, but this whole night, now it's only 100 and something, but still, that whole night,
Power low.
it's exposed to the hotter temperatures. Now it's starting to get warm. It's in the 200s, so day's coming. I said, well, I'm going to turn that on. We'll smelt the gold while I'm outside. It's probably not a good idea. In hindsight, I shouldn't have done that. It works out okay, but now I have the arc furnace on all night, or all day, I should say, and that makes charging my batteries quite a bit harder. And here's where I realized, I didn't put the frames on, those iron sheets on my frames. And here comes the battery management. And am I at nil? Looks like I'm at nil, so I can turn that off. Put that up there. Yeah, there's why I noticed it. I'm like, oh man. I don't know what the temperature of it is in there, but I try to keep that as cool as possible. And I don't think that'll matter too much in the future, but, you know, cooling is obviously an issue, so you don't want things to get overly hot. Now, I think I wanted between 21 and 25 frames. Let's see how many I got here. Yeah, that's 25, or walls. So I think that was pretty good there. Now I need sheets. And I'm thinking I need about 30 sheets. And then I'm like, well, is there something else I can do with this iron? Can I make the hydraulic bender? Nope, I got no gold. It's all out front. Oh, yeah. So now I can go back to my sheets. And again, kind of boring. Just stacking up the sheets here. It's a little too early in the day for batteries to be charging. I think they might be a little bit at this point, but I wasn't too concerned about that because it's a little too early. And 20, I need about 10 more sheets total. know if I wait the whole time, because now I'm starting to think, well, I do have to do batteries here pretty soon. Looks like I do take it to 30. Okay. Put those away, and now I'm full-fledged battery management. I got to figure out what I need to do here. And again, I like putting the small batteries in, and if you see mistake, anybody see the mistake? I think I left the auto lathe on like an idiot. I might not have. This might not be what I'm thinking of. Getting ready to drain my waste tank. And also another mistake, my light is on. Yep, I left the auto lathe on. And I have no light, so I'm making two. Oh, there it is, you dummy. And I shouldn't have my light on either. There we go. Time to pop my waste tank, maybe. I set that to intake. Tank's on top of it. Pop the tank. 44 Celsius, so that's not too bad going in there. It's a little warm, but I'm going to get all that air out of there. Now what I'm thinking is, because I left that open, maybe I should turn my suit down. I should have done this earlier, maybe. Turn the temperature down to 0. Keep the air in the waste tank as cool as possible. I think that works. Helps anyway, but it might not. And I'm also turning my tank pressure down. Again, I don't know if this is effective or not, but... And I'm at 0, so we'll turn that off. Back to battery. It is going up. Now, I have my arc furnace on. And I'm thinking, well, it's going to take longer. It was kind of a necessity, but I'm thinking of turning that to input, and then I said, well, I'll probably need to exhaust beforehand, so I just left it go. And a few minutes of battery management here. This becomes less of an issue probably in the next episode, because I plan on adding as many wind turbines as I can. My ultimate goal is probably 5, maybe 6. And blue batteries always make me happy. So you get the blue battery, I put it in my inventory, because that's always a good thing. Here comes another one. So this night isn't horrible for power management. I really have issues. I'm sorry, the day. I really have issues on the next day. I try and do a lot of smelting, a lot of printing, and it keeps my batteries lower. Now I'm thinking of putting my tank in there, and I'm like, because if I can't get it back out, you don't get much time. You get about
Air tank critical.
maybe 7
Oxygen
seconds
low. Low
with no
pressure.
air before your
Oxygen
cognition
critical.
starts to phase out and you pass out. In this Stationeers Brutal mode, you don't want to leave your battery discharged in your suit for more than 5 seconds. You don't want to have your air tank empty for no more than 5 seconds. The same thing with your waste tank. If it's full, and you got about 5 seconds, maybe 5, at best 10 seconds. But on the following night, or following day, when I drink a whole bottle of water, my cognition starts to fade out. So that's how fast it goes. And I'm like, holy crap. You'll see that here before the end of the video. Now I'm thinking, I don't want to make that same mistake again when it comes to that frame. I got to make sure I put the steel on that. But battery management. Now, if you wanted to skip the battery management stuff, you could probably go to about minute 16 or so. And that's when that I start the next day, which is actually a pretty productive day. And here's where I'm like, okay, let's not make this mistake again. Of course, that spikes the temperature, but I got my exhaust vent on. And I got to take this off, of course. And I put the wrong thing up there. Am I at nil? Not nil, so I can turn that off. And we're still doing battery management. Now there's another blue one. I'm like, awesome. Of course, with that out of there, that makes the other two charge a little faster. I'm thinking, what can I do? I got 7 iron left in there. Because I have full batteries, and you can see up the top left there, the sun's still up, so everything's still charging. And there's all my batteries. I got that one, which, you know, of course, being a large battery, lasts a lot longer, so you don't really have to worry too much about that one. As far as running the little bit of gear I got going right now. Here, I try turning down the air a little bit more. And of course, if I go too far, and get hollered at. Right there.
Oxygen
I said,
low.
oops. Okay, I'll leave it where I had it. Put it back to 40 or 39, I think. Target is 40. Now, one of the keys that I learned about this, of course, you can leave your light off once it starts getting dark, but you see that little square right to the left of the power controller right there. That gives me the sign that it's getting close to the end of the day. So that's when I start planning out my following day. And here I'm thinking, okay, the battery's all right. I can go ahead and use the rest of this iron and make more iron walls. Get them taken care of. I'm sorry, sheets. I do have enough walls. I have enough frames, I think. Did I print the 5? Oh, I already put the 5 frames down. That's right. So that's done. And I'm looking at that little square. I'm getting close. Waiting. It still says it's charging, but it really isn't. That's because my arc furnace is on, so any charge I'm getting there from that little bit of sun is being sucked up by the arc furnace. Okay, here's where I drink, but this is a quick one. So this is not the one where I lose cognition. I drink the 25 and it takes me to 70, so I'm like, well, that's good. I don't need to drink any more water. And then I just eat the extra food I have. Okay, I'm being as quick as I can. And, you know, 92.77, that's good for a day. I don't have to worry about that. Now that square is gone. So I'm thinking, and I believe it's starting to get darker, but I think I actually leave a little early tonight, or is it the next night? Yeah, that was a little bit early. You see it's still 500 degrees, so I actually popped it a little early. I should have waited a little bit longer, but I got a lot of work to do, a lot of smelting, and a lot of extra things. So what am I going to do here? There's my gold. Now I'm exhausting all the air out of my pipes that I used to create the vacuum. I didn't need too much silicone, so we just popped that back out. I wanted a couple sheets in the glass, so that's good enough for that. Let's go ahead and start doing walls. I can turn that off now. And I'm going to start framing out my manufacturing area. thinking about putting a glass there. I think eventually I do. Let's go back to walls. And then we go to ceilings. I'm trying to multitask. I don't do as good of a job here as I do sometimes. I'm trying to make sure I build everything correctly. What am I making here? Oh yeah, some more pipes. Oh no, I want to try and make the pipe bender. I think I did start that.
Power low.
Alright, where am I at? Oh, I gotta get rid of the frame before I can put the walls there. So this gives me a spare frame in my inventory, which is kind of a pain. Alright, now I can put the wall up there. I think that's all the walls, so now it's time to start closing everything in. I was like, why is that going by? I guess it's just because of the welding. I'm like, sheesh. I picked that up eventually here, thinking, okay, well, if that's telling me that's happy, let's go ahead and do some more smelting. And I probably could have left that there, instead of interrupting my workflow. But then it worked out better because I'm like, I don't want two of those to print, so I just hit the little forward button. And it takes forever to print a pipe bender in this mode. Okay, gotta put one there. Start walling everything in here. It's nice to be able to expand. And I think that's all of it. So I did make too many sheets, but you can, yeah, you know, you'll use those eventually. Go back to smelting. Just double checking everything. Now my thinking here is eventually
Power critical.
here. Oh, I have to change my battery. Only 71%. So might as well clean up the floor. Okay, that's done. Now what do I do? You feel like you should always be doing something, but unfortunately, a lot of this is just waiting for things to happen. I don't know why I didn't throw that last 21 iron in there. I could have. I should have. Okay, so there's my pipe bender. Let's make a glass. I only need one. I don't want to waste too much silicone. And I'm going to need 2 plastic sheets. Again, I don't have a whole ton of silicone, so I don't want to waste too much of it. Just clog that up, so now I got a secure room. Now I'm thinking, to vent this, I'm going to need more pipes. And this actually comes back to haunt me here. Later, I don't know if it's this night or the next night. I think it's the next night. And I even make more pipes. I can't remember if I did the glass or not because I'm running around like a maniac. But yeah, I can exhaust this. But I don't have, I'm thinking I don't have enough pipes on there yet to vent that whole space. So I wish I would take that wrench out of there. Thank you. I'm always worried I'm going to accidentally pop out a wall. I even add more pipes on here.
Power low.
I'm checking. I still got temperature for some reason. And this is one of the things here. If you got 0 kPa, it takes a while to get that last little bit of air out there, especially when you're bending into pipes. So I'm just going to let it run. And I'll lay down my pipe bender, which is a big step up, of course. And I'm going to do some welding, so there goes the pressure and the temperature. I don't know what I'm thinking here. I'm still in panic mode. You don't have to panic at this point. Here goes the temperature again. Alright, so all that's done. It's still sucking out air. I got 0, and it's 2,000 degrees in here. So that's telling. That should have told me right there that I probably got too much pressure in the pipes. Because you see the temperature's not going down, and if the pipes were pulling in air, that would be going down. And it just never dawns on me. I'm like running around, why is the temperature high? Why is the temperature high? And then it finally gets to nil back in here. Now I'm thinking, well, it's not pulling all the air out. I'll make a cowl for tomorrow. Cowl. Oh, and there goes the pipe. So I'm like, ah, crap. No, we turn that off. You know, when I want a pipe to burst, it won't. When I don't want a pipe to burst, it does. So now I got to start sucking this air back out. And of course, that's not going to be enough pipes. So let's put that in there. And that's still not going to be enough pipes. I'm not thinking very good here. Because if it wasn't enough the first time, it's not going to be enough this time. Or I finally add some pipes, thinking, yeah, well, I better put some more in there because it wasn't enough last time. Not sure why I didn't just stick those two on there. Wouldn't have hurt anything. Again, wasting power. Not a good idea. Alright, so I got the pipe bender. That's a big step up. I needed to make the cowl, or some people use exhaust vents, which is, you know, same difference. Now, can I make the electronics printer? I can. So there we go. That's an awesome step up too. Here's where I start losing control of my batteries. Now it's daytime. I should have been watching that. And I wasn't. And now I'm like, oops. I got all these discharged batteries. I was so excited about closing out the room. I wasn't paying attention to all the things I should have been paying attention to. Now I'm kind of in a little bit of a panic mode because My soup battery's at 50, and I have no good battery until I take one out of the grinder. I got one good battery left. I'm thinking, well, that might have been a mistake. Do I keep this running? I'm at 39%. That's going to have to run for quite a while. And I'm wondering if that battery's going to hold it till it's finished. Looks like it might because of this charging. And now I'm looking, where's the sun? Okay, got a lot of charge time left, so this becomes, in my book, at this point, it was a battery emergency. I had to get my batteries fixed. And everything else kind of went off the priority list with the exception of the printer, the electronics printer, because I was already halfway through it and I didn't want to cancel it. 81%, my battery's at 32 and kind of dropping slowly. I'm just checking all my power. It's nothing on. I'm thinking, is it going to make it? Is it going to make it? 25%. There, it finished. Okay, so I turned that off. And I just set this down, and now it becomes keeping an eye on the batteries. Being bold. It's kind of stupid to make 2 plastic sheets with a battery issue. Just throw that over there. Throw those over there. And go back to batteries. And of course I left that on like an idiot. There's my batteries in my suit. So now I'm down to my last good battery. And I said, well, let's put that up there. Maybe I can hook the cowl up to that the next morning.
Hydration critical.
Put that on there. There's time for my, you can see my water is almost empty. Now here's where I just about, if you watch the upper right hand corner, it even says cognizance or something creating, but watch the upper right hand corner. I get a little dizzy right there. I get a little dizzy signal. So that was while I was drinking a bottle of water. That was a lot closer than I would have liked, to be honest with you. There again, got my light on. And we got to repeat the process. It's a lot faster eating food. It's not a problem eating. It's just a problem when you drink.
Oxygen critical. Low pressure.
Another blue battery. Or a blue battery. That's pretty much my first one. And here's where I'm like, well, what time of day is it? And it's like noon and I got one full battery and I'm like, thinking of turning that off, but I said, no, I got to get these batteries going. This one's going up pretty fast. Swap those two out. Now I got 2. I feel a little bit better now. 2 and 3 reds. Well, 2 reds and the yellow now. Hey, I've just noticed that when I open my helmet, it's 0 pressure and it's 9 degrees in here. I was thinking of venting it out and I'm like, yeah, why bother? And 9 degrees External isn't a problem. It's past midday and I still don't have enough good batteries. And it's starting to charge a little slower. Again, this is kind of a boring spot, but when you do Vulcan and Stationeers Brutal mode, this is a very important boring spot. You got to maintain your battery charges, and I kind of let it slip a little bit in this day. So I'm at this point playing catch up because I concentrated too much on making my room. I should have been sticking batteries in here a little bit earlier. And that one's just about charged. Let's swap those two out. And I think my large battery does not get a very good charge on this day. It's one of the bad things. And now I figure I might as well charge my suit battery while I can. Still going up, but going up really slow. So I did not do a good job of battery management on this day at all. And it kind of didn't hurt me too much because I'm going to spend most of the day inside doing stuff anyway, I think. But this one I think gets charged. Now here we go again. Do I have any? Ooh, I don't have much time left. 97, 98, so it still is going up. Might get one more full battery. Going up a little bit, so we're okay there. I think I get this small one almost charged, but I don't remember. I swapped it out because now I'm thinking I better get my big battery as much charge as it can, and we're stuck with where I'm at. Yep. I'm thinking it's time to drain my waste tank. I don't know what I'm hesitating on here. Must have been looking at something. Just wanted to drain the rest of the air out. All right, pop the waste tank, get rid of that, store it. So the temperature is 42 in the waste tank now. That's a little bit better than it was. And I'm looking at my 24% large battery thinking, ooh. And there it says that the pressure's high. So now I'm getting a little bit concerned about the pressure in there. It made it look like it was high. There's a red there, and there's also says where it's set 50 megapascals. So I'm thinking, well, I might have to do something about that in the future. 22%. It does not appear to be charging anymore. Put the battery back in there. I see there's some air in here, or the temperature anyway, so I'm thinking, do I need to exhaust this or not?
Air tank critical.
And this gets interesting
Oxygen
here in a
low.
little bit. I think
Low pressure.
today
Oxygen critical.
very shortly. Now, it says 0 kPa, but it still says the exterior temperature is 42. So I'm thinking, what do I need to do about that? I take that off. Killing time here, trying to decide what to do. Then I say, well, what is the pressure? I want to check the pressure in there. I do have the atmospherics in my tablet, but I don't have a battery in my tablet. So I got to drop a battery in there, I think. And now it's getting dark, so now I'm thinking, well, it's nighttime. I got to get cracking here. And it's only 9 megapascals, so I'm like, well, that's not high. I don't need to worry about that. Take the battery back out. Move that back off. Now here's an interesting thing. I open this up. So I let the outside air back in here. Now remember I had 0 kilopascals in there when I opened that up. So here's a little mystery. And I'm not sure exactly why it does this, but so there I vented all the pipes, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. I can vent right to the outside. I needed a pipe bender for that, so that was the biggest sigh of relief. I never have to worry about those stupid pipes overpressurizing. And of course I got my hands full, so all these pipes are falling onto the floor. Okay. Now, look, I had the room open. So this was quite a surprise. There must have been a little bit of oxygen in the room. I'm like, holy crap. But I had the outside open. I'm thinking, okay, why did it do that? So that was a little bit of excitement. Threw me a little curveball. And of course, I have to do it again. So now I'm wondering, do I dare? I didn't get any damage or anything from that. It was just a little spark. Famous last words. But, okay, no fire. No fire that time, so we're all right. So that was a little odd. I don't know why it did that. But I'm getting my electronic printer finished, so that makes me feel pretty good. And I'm realizing, yep. Now, I did put that back one more because of the door being set there. You can see they're a little offset, but I wanted to make sure I can get things in and out the door without any hassle. Gotta make some cables. Checking my battery, 21%. I'm like, yep. I'm gonna pay for that the rest of the night. And I can do my battery management. And one more. So I'm like conserving power as much as I can because of that. So now I'm like, well, I'm not going outside tonight. I got an actual vent to the outside now. Turn that on, get the air out of here. And it goes a lot faster with the cowl on there. It makes it 100% easier. Of course, now I'm doing a bigger area, so. Now I'm thinking about making, power is at the top of my mind right now because I almost screwed up. And of course, I leave my autolave on like an idiot. I'm thinking, can I make a turbine? I could make one turbine and then I run out of gold. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Well, that's all well and good, except I left the auto lathe on. I still have that on and the vent on. So I'm thinking, well, I could put the wall up. No. And I don't turn the vent off, and I don't turn the auto lathe off, and of course, the battery goes dead. And I'm thinking, okay, you're an idiot. So I put my 19% large battery back in there, start that again, turn that off, kick myself in the rear end. I still have the vent on, and I'm at nil temperature, so I'm still not being smart. I just completely forgot about the vent. It doesn't need to be on at this point unless I'm doing welding or smelting or something. And I even look at it like 2 or 3 times. I did have a battery in them. Oh, look what I'm doing. You idiot. That's why I said it's kind of fun to do the voiceovers, because you get to point out all the stupid things that you did. We'd laugh about them. Oh, I think this prints out, and then I think this is just about the end of the video. It's now day 3. Future-wise, I think I'm still going to have to go vending, but this is a lot better of a start than my last one. And I've only drank 1 bottle of water at this point. So that's a huge difference than what I did the last time. I don't think I'm going to have enough time to create my own water or create my own oxygen. So I'm probably still going to have to go trading, which I think is kind of a mandatory thing here. I don't remember what I'm doing at this point. Probably doing something stupid. Thinking, can I make something? And I don't have any copper. So whatever it is I think I'm going to make, I'm not going to be able to make it. And I'm worried, 7%. Well, okay. Oh, I wanted to make doors. I can't make the doors yet because I'm at 7%. No copper. And I'm begging, do you have any copper in you? So at this point, I'm like, well, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do until nighttime. And that's where I think I end the video. I think. Yes. So there you go. Navy Old Salt Gamer. I'm up to day 3. Doing a lot better this time. Let me know what you think. Subscribe and like, and we'll see you in the next video.